right now. We have this knife that we made the last week. You guys played with it? I'm sure you guys didn't. Okay, so let's see how we can add textures. If you guys already tried adding textures on your own, I guess you guys probably like had few issues and few, this and that, that and that, what and what, all sorts of troubles and issues. But don't worry, if you guys had any trouble, and if I have those troubles on, like, in here, then you guys are lucky. I'll fix everything. So let's go to shading. Select the mesh that you want to shade. Let's go to shading. All these tabs over here, this is shading, and this puts us in this mode. This is solid mode that we were working with, and this is also called look depth mode. And look depth, what is, I don't currently remember, but anyways, viewport shading, let's call it viewport shading. In this plus icon, new, we will add a new texture to it. See, we have already a default 2 node. Let's click on this red globe, because this will be helpful if we plan to work with multiple textures. Let's click on this globe, and we will see this material 001 is up here. So if I name this as, let's say, wood. Nice, my caps lock just effed me up. Okay, no worries. Wood. Okay, after adding a wood, see, this is the same thing. The wood is showing up here. See, you do not have a plus sign to add another texture, so we have that here. So that's why I told you to keep this one open. You all obviously can add another one from here, but this is more convenient. You will be working faster. So we will add another leather, Leather. Did I write it correctly? Of course I did. Oh wait, I think I ended up adding 2 R's. Oh, it's okay. That's my kind of leather. The one with 2 R's. It's okay. So it's a good idea if I'll try to leave few links down in the description, just so that you guys can go to these websites, and these websites offer some pretty amazing like textures. Let's say, for instance, we go to this wood folder. We have a lot of wood. Look at this. Like, these are very high definition, very amazing looking wooden textures. So see, this part is like burnt out, damaged wood. This is kinda bi-colored, like anything. Look at this, scratched up with 3 nails, kind of like this. You can use these type of textures as blood, splattered. There are a lot of things you can do over here. So just I already have few textures of my own, so I won't be worrying too much from here. I'll just make sure I'll leave the links to few of the good texture websites that I personally use, so that you guys also feel pretty smooth to use them, download them. So let's just add my own textures. It's in the D drive and Blender stuff. Where is the folder? Yes, textures plus file. So let's see, where is wood? We have a wood here. Let's see. Do we have any other wood? No, we do not have any other wood, but this will work more than fine. Let's connect this. the base color. Whoopsie. Mistake. Let's delete this. What is written here? Leather. And we are adding wood to the leather. Let's take this out, connect that, and look at that. We have a beautiful looking wooden handle. Let's beautify it up more. It doesn't have to be necessarily a very dangerous knife, so let's give it a metallic, give that wood a metallic shine. That's unique. You don't see metallic shine on a wood. Let's add clear coat so it becomes glossy and shiny like that. Woof, that is something. Now that looks like plastic. But anyway, we will drop the sharpness, sorry, not sharpness, the roughness back down, and yep, we have a very plastic looking wooden handle. I don't know, you guys might want to make it like a real wood, then you will have to use a lot of nodes like normal node and things like that. I'll use those in this one, don't worry. I'll also use that in leather, but I won't use that in my wood. I want my wood to be a little glossy and like that. So how do I make that happen? As you can see, I only want this part, the part that the rectangle that it has here, this part. Maybe wait, maybe I want it to be around like this. Let's then add a loop cut here. Okay, you see the mesh slightly changed. Well, that is not an issue. Let's go to layout first, and we are in the edit mode, so let's go to knife, click on this vertex, click on somewhere top, click on the bottom vertex, and hit E and hit spacebar. The changes are saved. Do the same thing down there. It doesn't have to be exactly accurate, but if you still want it to be, hit on wireframe, not 7. At this point, if 7, when you will hit 7, it will show you the face which already has the knife cut that you did, but you want to make the knife cut on the other side. So I'll show you one thing. Hit N. You see this thing? If I hit this Z, this is what 7 on your numpad will take you to, but you can manually press that Z, that is minus Z, that means the negative side, the opposite side, and it will take you to the other side. So in here also you can make it, and you will try to be as exact as you possibly can. So now we'll see, voila, we have it. So let's get out of wireframe mode, let's enter shading, and let's select that entire stuff. Don't worry, this should become a little round after we add no, it will not be round. That is my bad. It will not be round anytime soon. So we have this edge there. Now I want to make something. The leather should not just sit over it, right? There should be a little extrusion so that the leather should look like it is a thick leather that is poking a little out of the wood. So hit E. I mean not E, we have it both sides, right? So hit Alt E and extrude along normals. So just move your mouse slightly up. See, it is slightly up. Okay, that is cool. Now do one thing. In order to just make it a little more visible, select all, like this entire, press Alt Shift so that the other selected parts don't get deselected while I select a new edge. Hit Alt Shift. Do that on bottom side also. Just select the outside poking corners of this part where the leather is supposed to sit. Now bevel it. This will create a very, vivid looking, but be careful when you bevel it. You need to be this close, otherwise you'll end up beveling too much. You can scroll the mouse wheel up in order to increase amount of bevel. See now how prominent that is. Now we will add a leather texture to this entire thing, not just to the surface but also to all the way down to this edge also. So how to do that? Let me show you a trick again. Hit select, select this one, Control Shift that one. Do that to the bottom side also, select, Control Shift that one. But I said where is this? Yes, but I said we need all of these, right? So click Control, like have the Control key pressed. Now click the plus sign on your numpad. If you don't have numpad, God help you, but click the plus sign of your numpad. See, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4, 5, and we are done. We have selected all of them. Now just go to leather and assign it so it is white, because the leather is still white. We need to add the leather, so that's not a problem. Now you can click anywhere outside and deselect it, because the material is already there. Whatever we will change here, it will change there in real time. We won't have to just select again everything. So let's go to leather. Here it is. I recently don't like to see it just changed in the real time. It looks kinda white because we are in the edit mode. Let's get out of the edit mode and it will look nicer. And let me add all the nodes. Color, this is height map. Okay, height map needs to be non-color. Anything apart from base color, as you can see here, it's written base color. I'll leave a link down in the description of the website that I downloaded everything. Like it comes in a package, all this it comes in a zip file. This is height map, and it's all written. Everything apart from the base color needs to be, the color space needs to be non-color. Okay, this is necessary, and for the sake of saving space, let's minimize it. This is normal. You will know once you end up using a lot of these type of images, you will know. Again, non-color, because this is not base color. Only the base color is having the authority to have the color space as sRGB, as you can see, sRGB. Now let me add a normal map. Yep, and a bump node. I directly connected them, but it is not the same for height and normal maps. See, the normal goes to the color of this normal map, and this normal node goes to that normal node, and this normal node goes to that normal node. Now look at this. It's normal. It means that the texture normalness, how deep, where it is a little bit swollen up, that will be calculated through that node. Now wait for me because I haven't connected the height yet. Now watch it. How cool is that looking? But one thing you might have noticed, this area, it is getting stretched out like crazy. So we have a very easy fix for that. Let me connect the rest of the nodes first. This is the ambient occlusion node which I don't like. It will take the color out of it and it will make it look black and white. I currently don't know how to fix it, but obviously I am being dumb. That's why I am saying all this, and a lot of you guys out there know how to properly use AO maps. I don't. Anyways, this is roughness. I selected it to non-color as the color space, and I am connecting the roughness to the roughness parameter. Now the roughness of this texture is perfect. You do not have to change any other parameters over here because you should not. Now about the stretching, we need to make the texture small. How will we do that? Let's see. Leather, we will need a mapping node. Put mapping, and we will need a texture coordinate node. Remember, mapping and texture coordinate. UV goes to vector. Okay, the UV goes to vector because this is UV wrapped. The vector goes in here. Now as you can see, nothing is changed because we didn't change anything in here. Try changing it to 2. Let's see what happens. गजब बेइज्जती है. Let's see what happens. अरे गजब बेइज्जती है. No बेइज्जती because it is changing. The color background in the background is changing, but the normal and the roughness is still the same. That's why you can see those grooves up there. So let's copy this entire thing. Shift D to duplicate, just like I showed you before. You duplicate anything in Blender using Shift D. Now okay, just minimize them and connect everything with that data. Everything. But still this area is poking out. This is because we need to unwrap it manually. So let's do a manual unwrapping. Let's see how to do that. Go to layout. I don't think we need to go to layout. Let's hit tab here only and enter the edit mode. We need to be, this is necessary, we need to be in the edge selection mode, and my god, the texture is not that high definition up that close, and select these edges. I think I cannot see anything, so let's get back to this solid mode and just select all the base edges right there, and select all the top edges by keeping Alt and Shift key pressed. Do the same thing for the bottom part. Okay, we have selected it like this. What is unwrapping? You'll have to understand this first. It is actually like, imagine you have a cone in your hand. So how will you cut it in order to place it on a flat surface so that none of the face of that cone, imagine that is a cone of a paper, so none of the part of that paper gets folded in any way. So how will you cut it? So that is called unwrapping. You'll have to think about it. Obviously you can entirely cut the cone, like bisect it in 4 sides, and you will get maybe 4 triangles So obviously if you place those 4 triangles on a flat surface, then they won't get creased, or they won't get folded in any way. So yeah, that is also a way, but you can cut it through along one side, just along one axis, and it will work too. So what we will do here, after selecting it, right click and mark seam. So we both have this as marked seam. Now we don't know whether it was happening because of this mesh only. So what we will do is we will select this entire edge back there, this entire edge back here, and maybe this entire edge back there. And let's, for the sake of safety, let's select this one too. Let's select this one too, this one, and let's select this one too. So make everything like all these as seam. So if I imagine I am cutting all this is a paper folded model, and I'm cutting all these mark seamed edges, and if I place each and every piece on a flat surface, will any of them get folded or get creased? That is the thing you will have to think. Now let me redo this part. Let me hit a minus, report error. Oh, sorry, I'll have to get out of the edit mode, then I can delete a mesh. So we'll have to do it again. First let's create leather, LEATHERR. This is my leather, remember? Leather. Now let's enter the edit mode as I showed. Select, and select. Control plus, and we will assign. Let's see if it works. Otherwise what can we do? Let's see. Let's connect it and see how it turns out. Oops, I cannot see anything. Oh no, it is still a little wrapped up, but that's cool. I'll fix it in another way. I'll hide it. That is the only way right now. I'll hide it. I'll show you how. So this goes there. This one was the height. It is already set to non-color because of cache memory. Now we need a normal map. We need a bump node. Here also we need Shift A to bring the option. So bump node, and connect the normal to the color normal. See, both of these circles are both of these circles are yellow. So this also helps you to figure out whether you should connect a node with another node or not. I cannot connect it here. It will create a weird thing. See, that was very weird, by the way. So normal. Very weird. But anyways, I'll try to do something over there so that the thing looks pretty. and we have another node that we are missing, which is the roughness. Non-color, yes, it is set to non-color, and let's set this to roughness. I don't want to change the scale this time with that mapping and that node. The scale, it looks really fine. Okay, let's shorten this out. Let's enter the edit mode. Let's go to the layout section. I'll show you one cool trick again. See, I have so many tricks up on my sleeve. I'll show you all of them. All of them. Hit Shift A and select circle. After doing that kind of a thing, take the circle up, bring it back there, and then hit 7 again so that you can see the circle. Shorten the circle down to approximately right there. You remember guns like this have a round thing on their handle or something like that. I plan to place it on over this so that this entire ugly texture gets kind of hidden. So what do? I need to go to the edit mode with this circle selected. I need to go to the edit mode and then click F. Oopsie, I need to select. Oh god, oh my god, I did a mistake. So see, what I did was, this entire mesh was already in the edit mode, right? Within this staying in edit mode, while this was in the edit mode, I created another separate mesh, but it didn't register as a separate mesh. It registered as a part of this mesh only. So when I tab out of there, if I select the handle, this will get selected too. See, there is no circle. The cube has the circle as its own part. So how to fix this? Let's go back to edit mode. In here we can select the circle separately, obviously, or select to ja. Oh god, that's why. Yes, see how important that was. So right click, separate the selection. Now this is a different object. Now you can see cube plane. I don't know why it is showing. Yes, well, I don't know why it is showing as cube, but whatever. We are out, so let's select it this time and let's go. Whoops. Let's select this one. Okay. Let's select this one, and yes, we have a little origin problem, but that's not a big deal. We'll go to edit mode. Inside the edit mode, we are right now in the edit mode of this circle only. We will press F. Now one thing that I want to do is mesh snap cursor to selected. The cursor where every mesh gets originated will now get snapped to the center of this very specific mesh. So now come out of the edit mode and go just anywhere outside. No, select on this option and select origin affect. Transformation will affect origins only. Now, like suppose if I move this, the origin, can you see the yellow dot? It is only moving. It is the origin of this body. Now snap selection to cursor. Selection was the origin got selected to the cursor. Now just disable that. Now we have the cursor, not the cursor, the origin to this body only. This is important because now when I'll rotate, it will rotate on the basis of that origin, which is a good thing, by the way. Anyways, let's do one thing what we were doing, and select this, select the handle, take both of them to edit mode, go to top view and go to edge, not edge, I guess. I always forget where it, yes, in the mesh, In the mesh menu, go to this option, knife project. The magic has happened. Look, it has projected a same circle down on your actual mesh. How cool is that? Let's take the cursor on this disk, on this circle, the outer circle, and hit L, so it will select only that one. Bring it down. We'll do the same thing in the opposite side. We was doing the top view by pressing 7 of the numpad, but this time we'll select this option, and again mesh, knife project. Nice, we are done. Now just hit tab and get out of the edit mode for both the objects and just delete this object. We don't need him anymore. We have our circles. Now let's make those circles work. Okay, I cannot see anything. Let's go. Yes. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let's Alt E to extrude faces along normals. Just insert it down and then scale it down. Yes. Well, now we will go back to this and select this circle, and we will go back to our material, that red globe. We will go back to shading. It's a good practice to because we are actually shading in this tutorial, so it is good to just use this shading view option. Otherwise we could have just stayed in the layout option and just worked all our shading things from here. But yes, obviously you cannot connect nodes from there, so for nodes we need this space, and for creating multiple materials with ease of access we need that space. So we need say metal, whatever, let's say gold. Let's say gold. Now we will add a very interesting gold texture that I have, that I've used previously on a lot of my projects. I really like that. Yes, this one. So where is my, yes, there you go. Let's enlarge this, drag that down, connect the base color. It is base color, remember. Connect the base color. Wait a minute, let's assign. Look how big that gold is, because I want that to be that big. Because if I shorten it down, it has a specific texture to it. I don't want a specific texture just running around to this entire circle. I want there to be just 2 lines, just to symbolize that it's kind of some sort of symbol, you know. It will look nice. Just hang in there, it will look nice. This is normal because it's weird color. This is, I guess, height. Yes. So these don't get to be sRGBs, they only are non-colors, because we are using the value. We are not using these nodes as colors, we are using these nodes as arithmetic values. So we need normal map. Yes, normal map, and a bump node. Normal map for connecting the normal node, and bump node because we have this height option, so we will connect the height node there. Whoopsie. And let's connect the normal to this normal, and connect that normal to that normal, and we are done. Let's see how this looks. Not bad, not bad. I don't know, I might end up, you know, no, I won't. I was going to say I might end up reducing the size of that texture. If you guys want to, you can. I don't want to. What is this one? Roughness, yes. Non-color. Whoops. No, that was not something I meant to do. इतना ज़्यादा झमेला. Height को height के साथ. Yes, nice, good boy. So roughness, non-color, because you also don't get to be color sRGBs and connect the roughness to roughness. And there is also metallic. I'm pretty sure, yes. Also non-color. Shorten you out and then connect metallic to metallic. Look, that is cool. Now that looks cool. Yes. Maybe just to beautify it, let's select that edge, and from down there, that edge, oopsie, I screwed up. Just because I was only holding Alt not Shift, I am pretty sure the last selection in this side was deselected. That's why I clicked Ctrl Z to undo. So we will create a chrome metal material, CHROME, chrome, and we don't need any image to connect here. Just base color is white, metallic, pull that up crazy and just assign it first so that we can see. Get out of edit mode so that we can see. Drop the roughness down. See, chrome metal. Maybe not that bright. Yes, I want a little shine, whitish shine there. Yes, that looks good. And what else? What else are we missing? Of course we are missing the blade. The blade is very easy. It will be just a matter of seconds or moments. Anyways, the chrome is done. Do we have the object mode? Okay, we are not in the edit mode. Let's select this and create a blade metal. Blade metal, and I'm pretty sure I have something like that. Shiny silver. This is, I guess, the base color. Yep, the base color. Connect directly. Let me. Oops. This was rotated. Yes, now we can see it nicely. The changes. Okay, sure. Close it out. And normal. And what is that? Height. No, metallic. Sorry, metallic doesn't get to be down there. It goes up there, and this goes non-color. Minimize that. Connect the metallic. So it looks like a knife from Fortnite, but don't worry, we will add extreme graphic details to it. Non-color, normal mode, and we have, what the hell is that? Roughness. Yes, come. Non-color. Let's add that up. Now it looks a lot realistic, right? Okay, it will look even nicer when we add normal and bump. I mean height. Yes, this one is the height. Where were you? I was searching. Anyways, now that you are here, let's connect you up. Normal map. Bump node. Normal map and bump node. Connect them. Connect the normal color to the color and height to height. Let's see. Oh my god, this knife looks like it has went through a lot. We don't need that much. Let's reduce the strength down just there. So we will be seeing like scratches, but they will be very minimal. you know. Maybe a little. Yes, that's good. That's more like it. Also, if you don't want your scratches to be that much tensed, but you still want them to be very prominent, this is a way. Let me show you. Add mapping. Add texture coordinate. Connect the UV with the vector as always. Scale this down. Sorry, wait, let me first connect it and let me see it happen real time. How about that? Just how about that? That looks a lot nicer. So you can do that. This to note just I just did that to my height so that all these scratches they look big. And we are done. Yes, we are done. Because we are done, let's do a bonus thing that is called rendering. Let's go to a render page and let's add a light, nice, dramatic, cinematic, problematic light. Crank that up. Not just power, you need to crank the radius up too, because the more the radius is, the more fall off your knife is gonna take. Now let me show you a trick that I use on all my renders. What I usually do, wait, let me adjust this light. Yes, and let me go to from EV to cycles, and from CPU let me turn it to GPU. Okay, let me see. This world, and there was another world obviously, but this world is having a ring out surrounding it like Saturn. And here you will see surface. Under surface tab you will see color. Bring that completely down. Everything goes black. Okay, so let me add a camera in order to capture the image. Where is the camera? Yes, camera. Let me use the gizmo. It makes it more simpler for me. And yes, another thing that I haven't shown to you and that I am going to show to you right now. Let me just give like almost okay. So look, if I want to rotate this camera in this I can rotate this camera in this direction, which will be along Y. This will be along Z. But what about on this? Let's set this global. It is set, all these coordinates are set to global. Let's try changing it to local. So see, I now have a camera. Oopsie. Yes, sometimes it gets crazy. Like that and like that. So I have my camera again. Take your cursor at the very bottom. Like this is your timeline, right? This is your timeline, not the bottom of the timeline. Above timeline and the bottom of your main screen. Now you'll see your cursor changing into this plus icon. This is my cursor. It changed. Click and drag. You'll divide your viewport like this. Now hit on this. Can you see like this 4 icon and this camera? It will show you what your camera is actually seeing. Now in this page you can adjust it, and in this page you can see it real time, like how it looks and all that. Isn't this very oh, again Isn't this so cool? Maybe I should add another, light. Just duplicate this. Shift D and Y. And maybe bring that down a little so that I have basic, shape. Maybe, oh yes, one more thing. If I hold this and if I try to move it, the handle only moves upward. How to join this two? Select any one and select the other one. Hit Ctrl J. It gets joined. Now this entire thing is one mesh. It's no more separated. Let me move the camera up a bit and rotate that down and maybe move it away. Now the ridges are very nicely visible as well as everything else. Now let's render this image, and I will fast forwarded the process of render and we'll see how nicely the knife turns out. Yes, there are a lot of settings for rendering that I didn't show you because this tutorial is not for that. So maybe next time I'll show you some of the rendering settings in some other tutorial. Well, the knife looks a bit weird. Don't you think? Like on the blade part, I think a lot is not visible. That's why it looks like this. So yeah, this is how it will look. Let me render another image that will have a better visual than this, and for that let me bring that up. Let me change the color. I'll change the color of this lights too. So it separates the background from the knife, and just like that. Okay, let's render it now. Render image. This render is taking place a lot faster because I didn't apply those settings that I was talking about. So yep, that's how you do it. That's how you make a knife, you texture a knife. Whenever the texture gets a little awkward, I showed you how to manually, manual unwrap or re-unwrap, whatever. You can do that manually and you will get a nice result. So you have a knife with you, nice looking knife that you can use in your game or maybe use in your scene, whatever you want to. And yeah, my job is pretty much over here. I am done, and I'll see you the next week with something new and exciting and interesting. Bye bye. Take care.